stories unfold, and the chat's got soul. From the gavel to the gas, we're watching it all. Covering the courtroom, big case or small. Laugh when we can, cry when we must, but it's all real talk, you can count on us. We're not the pros, just fans who care, with popcorn in hand and a comfy chair. And every twist, we're right there, together like we're all in the witness chair. This is the Broken Baker, where the trials come alive, where the chat is wild and the vibes survive. We're watching the worst of what people do, but we keep it light, yeah, that's our truth. It's the only place for crime, and it feels just right. We bring the justice talk into your night, so hit that stream, don't miss the call. At the Broken Baker, we cover it all. Oh yeah. We're just flaming with the view, but we ask the things the world wants to. Digging through the facts, side by side. Even when it's dark, we bring the light. No clickbait, no fake feels, just truth and the highs and the reels. With the chat that roasts and writes, we're just here for the case and the vibes. This is the Broken Baker, where the stories unfold.
Welcome back, and we are gonna jump right into it because the defendant is on the stand.
Mr. Duren, please remain standing. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the testimony you give today will be the truth under the pains and penalties of perjury?
Yes, I do.
Okay, you can go ahead and sit down. Please state your full name and spell it for the record.
Dustin, D-U-S-T-I-N, Duren, D-U-R-E-N.
Dustin, I wanted to start by asking you, are you a father?
Yes, to the loves of my life, 2 daughters,
What are your 2 daughters' names?
Elowen and Valen.
How old are they?
They are currently 5 and 2.
Are you a veteran?
Yes, I am.
What branch did you serve in?
The Marine Corps.
When did you enlist?
So I enlisted right out of high school. So a week after I graduated high school at 18, I left for boot camp.
Where did you go to boot camp?
So this was in Camp Pendleton, California.
Did you do infantry training?
Yes.
Where did you go to infantry training?
So that was at the same place, Camp Pendleton, California.
In the Marines, did you receive training with firearms?
Extensive training, yes, to where you're expected to assemble, disassemble, load, fire with the highest of proficiency, and they drill it over and over and over to where they want it ingrained in you, to where it's instilled in you. It becomes instinctual.
What's instilled in you?
The use of your weapon.
But not on an unarmed civilian. Stop making up this bullshit. You're not an honorable vet who just acted.
Whether it's rifle, pistol.
Were you taught about firearm safety?
Yes. The Marine Corps specifically has 4 rules.
And what are they?
And this is something that I teach even just outside the Marine Corps, but these are rules that I think really everyone should follow. This isn't just a Marine Corps thing, but number 1, treat every weapon as if it were loaded. 2, never point your weapon at anything you do not intend to shoot. 3,
So you intended to shoot her?
keep your fingers straight off the trigger until you're ready to fire. And 4, keep your weapon on safe until you intend to fire.
And you've talked a little bit about it, but can you tell me, as a Marine, what familiarity with firearms were you expected to have?
Absolute familiarity. I mean, you spend a lot of time with it. You're expected to be combat ready, and that's something else with the Marine Corps, specifically to the Marine Corps of every Marine is a rifleman.
What does every Marine as a rifleman mean?
So, like I said, this is something specific to the Marine Corps. So it doesn't matter what your job is. So you could be a cook, but before you even go through your job training, you're expected to go through infantry training.
And what is the point of going through infantry training, regardless of specialty?
So that everyone is combat ready, is trained.
I was a musician in the Danish Navy. I did 4 weeks of basic training where I learned to disassemble and reassemble a weapon, because everyone has a role in the military where you should be able to use a firearm. I was then mission specifically trained because my role in the Danish army, except for playing music, was to be close quarter defense, base defense. I was trained to use a light machine gun and hand grenades and was taught basic explosives. You are not unique because you keep saying only the Marines. Maybe someone who is riding the Coast Guard isn't doing the same training. But every military personnel have been taught, don't point your gun on someone unless you want to kill them. I know your army is, your military is different because it's way bigger than ours. But even as a stupid bass drum player, I have been taught how to disassemble, how to reassemble, how to use, and how to hit. Because I'm a soldier first and foremost. It's our job. I'm going to lose my absolute freaking mind because I hate nothing more than people trying to either blame the military for your actions or trying to say, well, I couldn't help it. I'm just a mean, lean killing machine.
Trained with a rifle, trained to be a warfighter first.
And is that different than other branches of the armed service?
Yes, yeah.
I'm a titty man.
In boot camp, did you receive any recognition for your proficiency with firearms?
No, I had my drum.
So right away in boot camp, I graduated as the battalion high shooter.
What does that mean?
So in our marksmanship course, I was the highest shooter out of our entire graduating class.
Does that mean you were the most proficient with a rifle of everyone
Yes,
you went
yes.
to boot camp with?
So you should know better.
Did you do any other type of combat training in boot camp or in infantry training?
So specifically in infantry training, you train with all sorts of different weapons. So we were training with like the M240 Golf, heavy machine gun, Mark 19, automatic grenade launcher. But and then two, we in hand-to-hand combat, we have or close quarters combat, we have a
This
program
is so
called McMap.
disingenuous.
What is McMap?
And that is the Marine Corps martial arts program. And it's different from most other martial arts in that, specifically other martial arts, you're learned to incapacitate, or get away. And with McMap, you're specifically trained to kill, really by any means. But this is in the use with just your hands or with pistols, with close quarters, with a rifle, just everything close quarters related.
And let me just make sure I understood that right. The Marine Corps martial arts program, you're learning martial arts combining unarmed combat and weapons-based training?
Yes.
Let's jump from training to deployment. Where were you first deployed?
So I was first deployed to Japan, Okinawa, Japan.
Did you do any firearms training or qualifications in Japan?
Yes. So every year, again, regardless of what your job is, you're expected to go through an annual marksmanship training and qualification. So right away, once I got to Japan, then I did the annual qualification. But then again, I was squadron high shooter, and they tagged me and asked me if I wanted to become a coach.
Why were you asked to become a coach?
Again, really, it's I was just kind of tagged, like people noticed with me being the squadron high shooter.
So because of your proficiency with
Yeah,
firearms?
yes.
What did you have to do to become a coach?
So there's the combat marksmanship coach course. You go really beyond what you would normally go through, or the training or the qualification. You do much more, whether it's like just regular target practice, or you could be doing moving targets, yourself moving, but a lot more in detail. And then you're also taught specifically how to teach others.
How did you do in the coach's course?
So again, in the coach's course, I was again the highest shooter, and beating out. There's mainly a lot of other infantry Marines, but there's also specifically there's two Force Recon Marines there, which Force Recon that's basically like Navy SEALs or Army Rangers of the Marine Corps.
So you outshot the Marine version of the Navy SEALs in the coaches training course?
Yes.
After you took the coaches course, did you serve as a marksmanship coach?
Yes, I did.
How did you serve as a coach?
So, again, then at that point, I was a combat marksmanship coach. It was just called like a B billet, but it was secondary to my normal job. But I would then train other Marines in this annual qualification or whenever Marines need to qualify, and ended up teaching hundreds of Marines.
And what did you teach hundreds of Marines to do?
I love that they say, where did you deploy to? I deployed to Okinawa. Oh, so you could have been at Fort Bragg, or you could have been at whatever. It's just a duty station. No, I was deployed. Oh, go fuck yourself. I'm sorry. With the utmost respect, I hate this guy and the way he is. It's not stolen valor because he was in the military. But the way he is using this as an excuse for killing someone, to me, is kind of like stolen valor. He is misusing his military profession. And by that, he is shitting on the millions who went before him. Because you don't turn into a stone cold killer. One of the things you learn in the military is to kill when you need to kill, not to just lose your shit and start killing. I'm sorry. I'm gonna yell a lot doing all of this shit. Thank you so much, Jemima. He's embellishing his career. Hellfish, how do you, as a former veteran who did the basic training, who did everything, how do you feel a guy like this sitting here saying, oh, I was such a great man? Yeah, you took a marksman's course. I have the silver. In Danish, you can get the bronze, the silver, and the gold medal. I have the silver medal with rifle and with light machine gun as well. I'm shit with a rifle. It's because I fired rifles back when it was this old 7.62. That was a fun round. Also, Navy SEALs and Delta Force are inferior to the Marines. Never knew that. Well, he was a greater shot than any of those guys, you know. Oh my God. Well, aim better next time, or you will be speaking Swedish. Oh, trust me, I can hit if it's a Swede.
To perfect their shooting, their proficiency with a rifle or a pistol.
During your time in the military, can you estimate how often you discharged a weapon or how many times?
Thousands, probably tens of thousands.
And what did discharging a firearm tens of thousands of times do?
Nothing.
And it gets instilled in you to where, like, I guess you could say you could do it in your sleep. It's just so ingrained in you that they really want you to do it basically without conscious thought. Like it just, it's so drilled in you over and over.
What were you trained to use a firearm for?
To eliminate threats.
Besides Japan, where else were you deployed?
So I was deployed all over the Pacific, so Philippines, Thailand, Korea, and then also to Kuwait and Iraq.
When were you deployed to Iraq?
So this would have been 2008.
Where in Iraq were you stationed?
There's a Marine base called Al-Assad.
Did you experience any violence or danger in Iraq?
So at the time, 2008, so the big things then were IEDs, or improvised explosive devices, and mortar attacks. And then I did take small arms fire from a helicopter, small arms being like rifles, AK-47. And then specifically for my job as an aircraft recovery specialist, we dealt with plane crashes or like emergency landings, which happened when I was there.
You said you took small arms fire from a helicopter. Does that mean you were shot at while you were in a helicopter?
Yes.
Did anything else traumatic happen while you were in Iraq?
Yes. So I was back at sort of our home area. So when you're in Iraq, you're basically just working 24/7.
What does this have to do with him shooting his wife? I have a hard time seeing what this has to do with anything. Oh, I was so PTSD'd out. Well, is that your defense? Do you have a medical record claiming that you have PTSD? Brother man, 8 years before you went to Iraq and sat in a helicopter that got plinked by an AK, I had been in theater, I think maybe 2 months, the first time, and I was a fucking cook. I was a cook, and we were going out because we were emptying ammunition and weapon depots. I had a guy who stuck a shotgun right in my face and started speaking Serbian. My Serbian is not that good. It's koliko koste, how much does it cost? Pička, which is the female front pocket. Dobra dupa means nice chitlets. That was about all I could. I have never ever felt the need since that time to go and pew a woman, no matter how much I argued with her. About maybe a month later, and I was when it was vacation time, I was deployed. I was on the good vacation. A month later, we were at a light, a traffic light, and a kid jumped on our front wheel. And we had been warned, we don't know if they have, because they had started doing a little bit with the IEDs there as well. And this kid wouldn't jump off, and he was begging for water. That's one of the things they always started begging, and then money, and cigarettes and stuff like that. And his dad sat right next to me with his hands hidden behind something. And I said, show me your hands, show me your hands. And he wouldn't do it. And well, I had a sidearm and I pointed at the kid and said, get down. And the kid was, and his dad said, yelling at him. Then I pointed at the dad and the kid jumped down. I didn't know what that dad had behind his back. I didn't go and unalive anyone after that. I had that thought I was about to potentially blow the head off a 5-year-old kid, because that can happen when you are in theater. But you are using small arm plink on a helicopter to justify this. I'm sorry. If he's some government-trained ninja, he should have been able to easily disarm and disable her if she had anything quite easy. And she had nothing. So now he was a specialist in unarmed combat. Do you know what specialist unarmed combat I would have used if I really needed to defend myself against a sitting woman after I had secured my baby? This. Especially because she's 5'1", can't get any traction on her because she's sitting down and I'm standing up. I would just have put my hand on her and said, calm down. I'm leaving with the kids. I'm going to the neighbors. I'm going to call the cops. Stay here. And I would have retrieved my firearm on the way out so she couldn't use it. And then I would have left. I am so absolutely crazy that this is his argument.
If there's a pending question,
It's not a situation anyone wants to be in, but it's a situation those of us who, in Denmark, everyone who gets deployed are volunteers. So if you get deployed, it's a situation you can come in. That's why when you have Veterans Day coming up, maybe remember the veterans, because they have to do stuff that you don't need to do. And it's not fun all the time.
is withdrawn, subject to being rephrased.
I'm sorry.
Do you have PTSD?
I do.
Is your PTSD service connected?
It is.
How does your PTSD affect you?
I have severe depression, specifically bouts of severe depression, which affects really just everyday life, but to include just everything, even from like maintaining jobs, stuff like that.
And when did you start experiencing symptoms of your PTSD?
Real symptoms, probably once I got out of the Marine Corps. I guess, well, no, actually, probably not. I guess I'll rephrase that. Immediately afterwards, I'm questioning what I can say, but
You can say whatever you want. You are the defendant in this case. Oh, I hate this guy.
The question in front of you, just, I think, ask it as narrowly, answer as narrowly
Okay.
as you can, is when did you first start experiencing symptoms from your PTSD?
okay. With that direct question, immediately afterwards.
Immediately after you were
Jimmy, I'm
discharged
leaving.
from
You
the
have
Marine
to
Corps?
run the rest.
Well, no, immediately after the event itself.
Immediately after the event
Why?
itself?
Yes.
And what year was that?
He's an idiot.
2008.
That was while you were in Iraq?
Yes.
When did you get a diagnosis of PTSD?
Officially, this would have been 2021 or 22.
So after almost 15 years of experiencing symptoms?
Yes, yes.
When were you discharged from the Marines?
So this would have been 2011. I was honorably discharged in 2011
You were honorably discharged at what rank?
as a sergeant.
Jamie, he's absolutely horrible. Brandon says, you give my brother the Lego King MLS 2 bottles of Prosecco and lock him in the treehouse with this dude. He's going to be eating Alaskan corn dogs. I would, I'll allow it. And this one's for you, Jamie.
Oh, no problem. Just for you. Happy
yeah.
Friday.
After leaving the Marines, where did you move?
I moved to Los Angeles, California, that's where I got my degree in audio engineering, and then I was almost immediately hired at Fox Sports as a post-production audio engineer.
Everyone has
Were you
PTSD.
experiencing symptoms of
So was
PTSD or depression while
PTSD
you
made
lived
him
in
do
Los
it?
Angeles?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Where did you live after LA?
So afterwards, which this was just part of my sort of severe depression, but I ended up moving to Las Vegas, Nevada, and that made sense just for my work and also working as an event technician. So working at for like corporate events and
He got honorably discharged in 2011. And then they spent 11 years to diagnose his PTSD.
And doesn't Las Vegas have like the most depression like ever? It's not like a great city to live in.
No,
Suffer.
it's one of those really bad places if you have a little bit of the TSDs. But today, you have college girls who get PTSD if they don't get the admission to the college they want. So it's kind of a thing if you just say, "Hey, I'm a veteran. I'm feeling the big sad." Oh, you have PTSD. It's I want to see his. I hope they call his doctor and say this is what happens with his PTSD, because as I heard it, he has depression PTSD. He's not violent doing his PTSD. As I said, I have a buddy. The first guy I saw with real PTSD, he was fucking violent. If you caught him on the wrong foot, but he was aware of it, and he told everyone, "Do this, or I will turn into a monster." I
Yeah,
can't do this. Yeah.
I agree.
music events in Vegas.
How was your mental health when you first moved to Vegas?
It was
Objection. Relevance.
Approach.
It has absolutely no relevance. Yes. This is bullshit. They're trying to paint him as oh, he's such a victim and he couldn't help himself and he's the victim. And again, he is one of, if Jamie did this, I would say, okay, the bar is lower for when she can use a firearm. This guy is not only trained, he's so well trained, he trains others. And he is a experienced soldier who has been in combat zones. He knows all about unarmed and armed combat. His bar is way higher for accidental discharging someone in the face. Because Jamie, what does she know? She's just scared and it happens in the moment. This guy have been taught how to handle pressure. He's been told how to handle stress. And he was very clear. He didn't say I blacked out or I was back in Iraq, man. Charlie's in the trees and I just started blasting. He was very succinct. He was very clear, and it was an affirmative action that he took the kid and pewed her in the face.
Mm-hmm.
This is just building more guilt, in my opinion.
Overruled.
Dustin, how was your mental health when you first moved to Vegas?
It was
Well, he was
extremely bad. So that was part of why my move happened, but it only got worse as I was there. And along with another traumatic event, that's when I had a suicide attempt.
Were you hospitalized after your suicide attempt?
Yes,
Where did you go after was it a psychiatric hospitalization?
yes.
Where did you go after your psychiatric hospitalization?
So this was a little bit afterwards. My parents were trying to convince me to live with them, to come back to Minnesota and basically just try to take care of myself, take care of my health, and just be with family for a while. So it took a few months afterwards, but eventually I agreed and moved back to Minnesota, and this would have been November, December of 2018.
You moved back to Minnesota in November or December 2018?
Yes.
When did you meet Caitlyn?
So this was shortly afterwards, maybe about this, well, yeah, it would have been like 3 months later, February of 2019.
Where did you meet?
So it was at a bar, and I remember it specifically because the Super Bowl was on.
Did you two start dating?
Yes, probably about a week or two later.
When did Caitlyn get pregnant?
Almost immediately. So
yeah, that's how we do it in the
I think
Navy.
I found out it's probably April of 2019.
How did you feel when you found out that Caitlyn was pregnant?
There was a mix of emotions. So this was not planned. This was unexpected. So I was kind of anxious about it, but at the same time, I got pretty excited about just having a family, starting a family.
Had you always planned on having a family?
I did. Came a little early, but yes.
And was
That's why she got pregnant so fast. You came a little early. I'll hear all
Oh,
try the hash browns and the corned beef.
Caitlyn pregnant with your daughter Elwyn?
Yes.
Did you and Caitlyn move in together once you found out she was pregnant?
Yeah, so I don't remember the exact time, but it probably was around that time, April 2019, in which she moved in with me at my parents' house.
How were you involved during the pregnancy?
I tried to be involved as much as possible. I was going to all the doctor's appointments, just trying to take care of Caitlyn as much as I could. Just like her being happy makes the baby happy. So just, trying to take care of her as much as I could as well.
How was your mental health immediately before Caitlyn got pregnant?
Before it was still pretty bad. I was seeing a psychologist. Not great.
Can you tell me what you mean by not great?
I was still dealing with some pretty bad depression, and just my life just kind of feeling meaningless, or just really without purpose.
How was your mental health during Caitlyn's pregnancy?
So it improved pretty quickly, with just being so excited about starting a family.
Did it make you feel like you had a purpose?
It was starting to, yes.
Tell us about the day that Elowen was born.
So it was December 2nd. So right away in the morning, Caitlyn woke me up and told me her water broke, and we went to the hospital. The labor was long. It was about 13 hours. But once Elowen was born, she was placed on Caitlyn's chest, and but immediately she was turning purple and wasn't breathing. So immediately I'm yelling at the nurses like, "Hey, something's seriously wrong here." They grab her, they take her to the side. They end up restarting, like she's started to breathe again. But then they ended up taking her to the NICU, to where she ended up spending a week there. Everything was fine, but they were just doing that as a precaution.
Where were you and Caitlyn while Elowen was in the NICU?
So for the most part, we were with her. So we didn't really want to. Obviously, we wanted to be with her all the time, and then we would sometimes try to.
Oh, I thought it was a way different word. I was, is Brandon understand? After weddings, we do arms, because if you want to stick your salami in some punani while dressed in a Punjabi, your biceps better be effing swole. I did chest and tries today, so the biceps aren't popping. Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah.
Again, if you might like to contribute a little bit to AJ's kit, there is a link in the top of the chat. If anyone wants to help her get some better gear, because she is starting to work for a sheriff's department where they don't provide top end gear. Just so, yeah. This is the defendant who is testifying, and he is making me insane.
Get back to the house just to like shower or whatever, try to get some sleep. And
I don't know. I haven't opened up and seen what she put. It's on buy me a coffee. I don't know if it says an amount she needs, but $2 or $10, she will be more than happy for anything.
but yeah, for the most part, in the NICU with her.
Tell us what it felt like the first time that you held Elowen.
That was beautiful. This was, hey, I have my first child. It was amazing.
When Elowen was discharged from the hospital, where did the three of you go?
We moved back with my parents at their house.
And this was in Minnesota?
Yes.
How did it feel to take Elowen home from the hospital? How did it feel to take Elowen home from the hospital?
Again, amazing. Again, it was. I just felt so happy just having this family, just being together as this family.
Did you spend a lot of time with Elowen when she was an infant?
All the time, as much as I could. Always being by her side. I mean, whatever, just, I don't know, bassinets, is that what they're called? Whatever, her wherever she was sleeping, wherever she was, I always wanted to be near her, just always being with her. She actually had this little it was like a little unicorn handkerchief or blanket, I guess. But she always had it since she was born, and she would make these noises like goy goy when she had it, and
Please don't use racial insensitive words. Goyim is a Jewish name for non-Jews.
that we ended up calling it goy goy, and she still has it today, and that's still what we call it, her goy goy.
What did you like to do with Elowen when she was an infant?
Well, I definitely like to show her off a lot. Just going to see different family, friends. Yeah.
When she was an infant, were you worried about Elowen's safety?
Of course. I was always watching her, always protecting her, to where just even if she's on the bed, like is something over her, like is she gonna roll over? Would she roll off the bed? Or like if she's laying on the couch for some reason, is she gonna roll off the couch? I was just always watching her.
How long after Elowen was born did you stay in Minnesota?
So this was about 6 months. So it would have been June. Yeah, I think like June of 2020. And at this point, so I had talked about how I was only ever in Minnesota temporarily, and my plan was always to go back to Nevada eventually. And then, so obviously I got disrupted a little bit with Elowen being born, but and then actually 2020 as well, that was during COVID. And so my work wasn't really available. Events were not really happening in Vegas. And so I was trying to find work, and it just worked out that I happened to find a job at the United States Postal Service as a mail carrier.
So let me just make sure this is clear. So you said you left Minnesota in June of 2020.
Yes.
Is that when you moved to Vegas?
Yes, that's when I moved to Vegas.
And you moved there because of a job with USPS?
Yes.
Did Caitlyn and Elowen also move to Vegas?
Yes.
Were you looking for USPS for a long time?
Working for them, no. So once we moved there, this had a lot to do with how much a mail carrier, specifically in Vegas, was working at the time during the pandemic. To where there was a lot of work, learning or working long hours, like easily over like 12 hours, probably 6 days a week. And my depression started coming back. I think a lot of it had to do with just me not being around Elowen and Caitlyn. So I ended up quitting that around October, November 2020.
I'm going to ask you a little bit about your first Christmas in Vegas. Was Caitlyn there?
No,
Where had Caitlyn gone?
she flew back to Minnesota.
Did she take Elowen with her?
No,
Who was in Vegas with you?
so it was just me and Elowen.
How was your and Elowen's first Christmas in Vegas?
So this was, again, to where my depression was coming back, and really that first morning, all I had was just this little Christmas tree. Is probably about a foot tall, and then just a couple presents. And I was really starting to feel
Thank you so much, Cheryl. Nothing is expected. Everything is a great help to her. But thank you. Just the thought alone is wonderful. And I think Zach is the top supporter over there. I'm only number 2.
Just sort of worthless again, like
No, Lefty is the top supporter.
almost like I didn't deserve her. I couldn't provide for her. Didn't deserve her.
Maybe.
And,
Or maybe it's Brandon. I don't know.
But
Do you mean Elowen? You were starting to feel like you
Elowen,
deserved
yes. And but she was so happy, and her just how happy she
Oh.
was. That was
I thought of that.
that
Just said it.
became really just the most pivotal moment in my life with everything I'd done. Everything just paled in comparison to that moment of just she became my everything, my life. And from that moment on, she was my purpose, my meaning in life.
Tell us about what Elowen was like as a toddler.
Always happy, always run around, always learning. I tried to be good with always teaching her stuff. I remember sending it was a video to my mom, but she had flashcards to where they just had letters on them, like A, B, C, D, and then a picture of an animal on it. And I remember showing her or recording this and just showing Elowen these pictures or these flashcards, and her just rattling them off, getting them one by one, every single one of them correct, and just how amazingly smart she was, just even at such a young age.
How did you feel about being a father?
Again, it was amazing that it felt like that was my entire life, was being a father.
Were there any times when Elowen was a toddler where you were concerned about her safety?
There was a specific situation to where Caitlyn was babysitting another kid. He was a little bit older, so Elowen would have been 2 or 3 at the time, and this other.
Objection, Your Honor.
Approach.
Can we get to the part where you took out your pew-pew and shot your wife in the head? I am really, really not interested in anything what you felt the day you had your first child. Who babysat her when she was 5 months old? I really don't care about anything. No. I think we are like, his kid is about a year old now, and she was 4 when it happened. So we'll probably get there by Friday next week. But he's a trained killer, and he didn't know better, is kind of where he's going with it.
Rephrase. Is it fair to say that you continue to be concerned, on alert about Elowen's safety when she was a toddler?
Absolutely, yes.
Did you do anything together with Caitlyn to help ensure that your family was safe?
So yes, I taught her to use the pistol that I had. She had already known a little bit, but we went out. I took her out to the range a few times. We fired it. I made sure that she knew how to use it as well.
You testified previously about being a combat marksman coach for the Marines. Is that how you taught Caitlyn how to use a firearm?
Yes, and not as an intense way, but yes.
And was it your understanding that Caitlyn was proficient with a pistol?
Yeah.
You said you taught her with your pistol. What pistol are you referring to?
Really, this was the only pistol I've ever owned, and it was gifted to me by my dad after I got out of the Marine Corps.
Are we done? No, this is totally first time we ever heard that.
Was there anything about living in Vegas that caused safety concerns?
Objection. Relevance.
May we approach, Judge?
What does Vegas has
Sure.
to do with anything? It's so you were overseas taking small arms firefight and left not spending any money, and you couldn't afford a gun. Well, he came home, went to college, paid for by the state, and immediately got hired by Fox as Fox Sports as a audio engineer. And then he became a postman, and then he quit that job because he got the big sad again. But at the same time, he was teaching his daughter how to pew-pew with his dad's Beretta. Yeah, sounds believable. Yeah, that should be objection, Your Honor. We're talking about Vegas. The rule is what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Yeah, but get to the part where he needs to get out of. It's not important what he did back when, unless he's going to blame the pew-pewing on the 4-year-old. Who the hell cares? And again, a 4-year-old who must have pretty good wrist strength if they use a 9mm.
Sustained as to the question, but withdrawn to rephrase.
Yes, so I'm going to assume there were multiple incidents in Vegas that caused you safety concerns.
Yes.
Can you tell me about the last, maybe like the third one?
Okay, so it was at night. Caitlyn was working that night, and so and this was late at night, so probably like 10 p.m. maybe. But Ellen and I were on the couch just watching TV. I think Ellen was asleep at the time, but I heard the doorknob sort of rattling, and and by the way, the living room was right next to the front door, and so I peeked back, and there's some blinds and a window behind me, so I peek back and pull the blind back a little bit, and there's a person right there trying to get into the house. So I immediately grab Elwyn and I run upstairs and I set her down upstairs, and I tell her, do not move. And I end up grabbing my gun, going out to the door, and start yelling for the person to get out of here. And they really started banging on the door at that point, trying to get in.
Did you kill them?
At one point, I did end up slightly cracking the door and showing, like flashing the pistol that I had.
Why didn't you
and
shoot
yelling
through
at
the
him,
door?
hey, you really need to get out of here now.
You're scared of your kid. This is the same story you're gonna use when your wife is hurting your kid. You're so scared. Someone you don't know is banging on your door. You are this trained killer who only has 2 modes. It's docile, can't keep a job because you got the big sad, or I'm fucking gonna unalive everyone. Why isn't there 12 new holes in your front door?
That's what I'm saying. In my opinion, that's more threatening than what he was describing with his girlfriend.
Yeah. I was so scared someone knocked at my door. I'm a big trained killer. I am unarmed and I'm combat expert, but Someone was knocking on the door.
I would just like to say, I did a test drive of that, and it worked great on my test drive. Sure, Jan. Judge Lutz, may I see you?
At that point, they tried to stick their foot in the door, like kick the door open. I was able to slam it shut on them, lock it again. At that point, that's when I ended up calling the police as I'm standing in front of the door. And within that conversation, they said that they're on their way. I do remember specifically they're asking about the gun because I told them that I had one.
And he
out,
called the
and,
police.
I specifically told them I'd put it away when they arrived. But it took them about 30 minutes to get there. And by that time, this person had left. And so they did eventually show up. I walked outside with Elwin and just sort of talked to him a bit. We tried to get some Ring doorbell camera footage, but we ended up not being able to see anything.
But the police didn't respond in time to address the threat or catch the person.
No.
At some point, did you and Caitlyn decide to leave Las Vegas?
So, yes. She didn't really like Nevada. I did, but I basically was saying, okay, if you don't want to live here, convince me where we should move. And over the course of probably about a year and a half, we went over just a bunch of different places to move to.
Thank you so much, Kathy. I'll number it because I have to pay it in Danish monies. So I'll figure it out. Please don't do it because the YouTube tax and my own tax, but I will forward $50 in your name.
Aw, can't be so sweet.
It's stupid because I'll have to pay 30% and then 42%. So and I don't want that out of because you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart. So I'm gonna. So please don't send it through me again because it's gonna be a hell for me. But thank you so much, Kathy.
Too. But she had suggested early on about New Hampshire, specifically because her aunt Brenda lived here, and she thought she could get work through her, and that was eventually what we decided.
It'll be 321.13 Danish kroner. I'll give her 325 Danish. So everything is taken care of, and put your name on it, Kathy. Thank you so much for being supportive.
I love Brandon's enthusiasm.
Oh, sorry.
In 2023.
What steps had you taken together to
Well,
New Hampshire?
Zach isn't fighting you.
So we had been talking about it for a long time, but closer to it, I ended up ordering some pods, like U-Haul storage pods that they bring to the house, and then you pack them up and they ship them out. But I had ordered some pods, brought it to the house, or had it being brought to the house to pack up all our stuff and eventually move there.
Did you think that you and Caitlyn had agreed on a plan to move to New Hampshire?
Yes,
And whose idea was it?
Caitlyn's.
Would you have been happy to stay in Nevada?
Yes.
How were you planning on getting to New Hampshire?
So the plan was for me to basically drive, and I had a very long road trip planned out. Actually, I had two planned out because I had a southern route and a northern route. But Elwin and I driving out and then fly out.
Why were you going to drive with Elwin while Caitlyn flew with Valen?
I guess specifically, I didn't think Valen at that point, she would have been about 6 months old. I didn't think that she or really anyone would be able to handle a long road trip.
I think I skipped an important event in your life here. When was Valen born?
Oh, that was
Oh, yeah, that
January
wasn't that
17th,
important.
2023.
And Valen is your and Caitlyn's child?
Yes,
Was she born in Vegas?
yes,
And so your plan was for 6-month-old Valen to fly to New Hampshire with Caitlyn while you drove with Elowen?
Yes.
Did the four of you move to New Hampshire in August 2023 as planned?
No.
What happened instead?
So before the pods I'd ordered have arrived,
I'm now a supporter again. So I don't know if it shows up here. Yeah, if you can see this. I'm just gonna do the accounting so everyone sees that it's okay. Became a supporter. Kathy M couldn't get the link to work, so here's 50 from her.
Aw.
And see, Sue, something nice. No, I'm not doing that.
Did you see what Brandon said? This poor guy.
No, I was looking on the other side.
Oh.
If I can't buy me a coffee to work, the website is working.
No, it was the one right above about what he said. He referenced me, but
I'm
he
just
said I-
trying to enjoy my twilight years, and I have an eye infection again, so I can't put the context in. Let the typos be plentiful. Stop
There's some-
hurting.
Like-
Last week you said he should just kill himself slowly, and this week you're...
He said, "Should I die quieter?" And we said yes. That was a joke.
Mean, Jimmy.
But I didn't think that he was
a
suffering
different
this
set of pods
much.
showed up, and I was upstairs at the time, and I heard a truck outside and was confused about what was going on. I didn't know if there was pods were there, if they were just coincidence that it was someone else's pods, or if ours had arrived early. But anyways, I go downstairs to go check on it, and Caitlyn is in the kitchen.
Oh, look who's number one, Jimmy.
Oh Lord.
Thank you, Kathy, for making me number one.
And I tell her, hey, there's pods outside. I'm going to go check out what they're about. And she says that they're hers. And this was really the first time I found out that no, she was not going to New Hampshire, that she was going back to Minnesota.
And had you been aware that Caitlyn was planning on
I
going
don't
back to
recall any of
Minnesota?
that.
No, that was the moment I found out.
What did you do when you found out that Caitlyn was going back to Minnesota?
I was pretty distraught. I didn't understand it. I was pretty upset just about how and why she was breaking up the family. I didn't understand it.
Did you and Caitlyn come up with a plan about what would happen with the kids when she went back to Minnesota?
No. So I was trying to talk to her about it, about what the plan was. And again, just being really distraught about just what was going on. Was she going to just go back by herself? And she's going to leave the kids with me, or is she trying to take both? Or are we splitting the kids? And any one of those options I didn't really like. But she just wasn't responding. She just wouldn't have that conversation with me.
What happened when Caitlyn went back to Minnesota?
So she ended up just going outside with the stroller, like she was going to the park.
Who was in the stroller?
Valen. So Elowen was at daycare at this point. She was in like a preschool daycare kind of thing. And so she took Valen out into the stroller and just was kind of walking like going to the park. And which was normal. I mean, we went to the park all the time. So that seemed like a normal thing. She didn't take anything. She just left like she's going to the park. And a couple hours go by and she hadn't come back, or I didn't hear anything. So I ended up going to the park and no one was there. So I texted her, "Where is she?" And she responded that she was at the airport with Valen.
Had Caitlyn previously told you that she was taking Valen to the airport?
No.
And did Caitlyn tell you where her and Valen were going to go once they got to the airport?
They were going to Minnesota.
Had Caitlyn told you she was taking Valen to Minnesota?
No.
Had you given permission for Caitlyn to take Valen to a different state?
No.
What did you do when Caitlyn told you that she was at the airport with Valen, about to take your child to a different state?
So I freaked out. I immediately drove to Elowen's daycare because I wanted to see
I have
if
that time, but glasses.
she had grabbed Elowen too. And so I went there, and no, she wasn't. Ellen was still at the daycare. So I picked her up and then sped to the airport. And as I was doing that, I was calling my parents. I called her dad, Rob, just trying to figure out what was going on. And it seemed like no one knew what was going on.
Did you talk to Caitlyn again that day?
So eventually I did get her on the phone, and this was while I was still driving, and she said she wasn't going to come back through security because, and I started telling her I at least want to say goodbye to Valen and for her to at least say goodbye to Elowen. But she just said she wasn't going to go back through security. And eventually, I guess I just gave up on it and turned around and headed back to the house.
When you headed back to the house,
Why didn't you
talk to
call the
anyone else?
police?
Right? And did I miss it? Did he say why she all of a
Well,
sudden
yes,
wanted
yes.
to up and leave?
No, he was bad. He was probably sad.
Okay. So she just wanted to leave out of nowhere. I
You
mean, like,
know-
I get his dad instincts wanting, like, what the heck? I'm like, where are you taking my kids? What's going on? I feel like we're missing a whole
Or
big part. of
Maybe
what
she
was-
said, "Hey, you're a depressed asshole, and I have a 1-year-old, and it's really, really hard that I have to try and get this family to work. I need to de-stress. I'm flying home to my parents, and I'm gonna stay there for a week just for things to calm down, because I need away from this because it's too stressful having a kid, and you're not a big help. I'm trusting you with the 4-year-old because you and her has some kind of connection. The 1-year-old I'm taking with me." And he probably said, "Okay," because why didn't he call the cops if he was so afraid that she was going to leave with the kids? Why did he just say, "Okay, you're jumping on a plane. Okay, see you later"? And what?
Well, I at least want to say goodbye. It's like, it's weird. It's just
Yeah.
weird that, like,
And
I don't know.
and
A weird vibe I have.
is it Boston Airport or is it a domestic airport? Because how much security is there in a domestic flight?
I mean, it's not that terrible.
I'm pretty sure if you're just flying domestically, he can walk to the gate with her.
Yeah, you can like go right up to security, I think. But I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway,
No, he made the reservations for the trip back from Minnesota. Oh, there's lots of security. You can't go to the
okay.
gate anymore. Okay. In
We
in
can go
smaller
up to.
airports, you can do that still here. But we can't carry weapons, so that's not the big problem. But again, if she's gone beyond TSA, why doesn't he say to TSA, "She's abducting my child"? Then TSA would go and if I know anything about TSA agents, is their IQ is normally lower than their shoe size, and they love putting people on no-fly lists. Why didn't he stop her? No, I just wanted to say hi to Valen, and then go fuck off to Minnesota with you.
Yeah, there's just like I feel like there was a big chunk of the story missing because he's just so lackadaisy. Like, she just left with my kid. No big thing. I went up there and I was like, hey, come back. And she's like, nah. And I'm like, oh, okay, bye.
Yeah. Hey.
Like, what? What
No,
happened?
I drove all the way out there, and then she said, "No, okay, okay, then I'm gonna drive home. I'm sorry, wasting gas
Yeah.
money. Can you send me some money?"
I don't know.
No, I don't think this is a kidnapping either. I'm just saying, if he believed that she was stealing his kid, call the fucking cops and get her stopped at the airport. It's not that hard. Just take a TSA agent saying, "She is abducting my child." He will then detain her until the police has come and figured things out.
Yeah, they do love their lists. They love
Yeah.
putting people on the list.
I bet you she said to him, "Hey, buddy, I think we need some time apart, and I take the 1-year-old. You'll keep the 4-year-old. I don't want to because he also said we were talking about splitting the kids, so they probably had some. Hey, maybe we can do that. Try it on for a size and see how it goes." And he's just skipping that entire part of it. No, one morning
Yeah.
he just went out for coffee and the kid was gone.
what it felt like. That's why I was asking you, because I was like, did I miss a whole part of that story of why she
Yeah.
just up and left?
No, they had talked about maybe something, and then she just left. And Annie Boober, no, I don't think she did anything illegal. I'm saying if he believes she did anything illegal, get the cops to stop her.
Mhm.
No TSA at a private airstrip. Manchester, only commercial airport in New Hampshire. Okay, I don't know anything. So he quit his USPS job, but didn't ask for a transfer to New Hampshire. No, because he got the big SAT from working with the post office. And I've heard going postal is a thing you do in America. So probably a good thing this guy isn't working for the post office. Jamie, I
I
need
feel
to
like
see.
So
I feel like we haven't done that in a while.
I ended up trying to figure out just basically what to do, but I was talking to like my family and Caitlyn's family just about what was happening and what the plan should be. I figured, well, okay, if we're not going to New Hampshire, I'll just stay in Nevada because I just like Nevada. I like the desert. I like being there. So I figured I would just stay in Nevada. But they were all, both my family and her family, they're all trying to convince me, hey, come back to Minnesota. We'll all be together. We'll all try and figure this out together. And really, I didn't make up my mind until July 31st, really the day before I left. And because I had already had an apartment secured in Vegas, a new apartment. And, yeah, I eventually decided to go back to Minnesota, really on the point that I did not want Elwyn and Valen to grow up separately. That really bothered me.
How did you get back to Minnesota from Vegas?
So Elwyn and I, we made a nice road trip out of it. Spent several days with a friend of mine in Utah and just doing this whole road trip. That was just another incredible bonding experience. Yeah.
Once you got back to Minnesota, where did you live?
So I ended up moving back in with my parents.
What about Caitlyn? Where did she live?
So she was living with a friend of hers.
How far apart was where you lived and where Caitlyn lived?
If I'm remembering right, it was about an hour and a half.
Where were the girls? Where were Elwyn and Valen living when you were both in Minnesota?
So we were splitting custody to where there'd be times to where she was with Caitlyn. The girls were with Caitlyn, and then times where they were with me and my parents.
Who were they with more?
I think the total number came out to be 98 days with me and my family, 48 days with her, and then a random 15 days to where the kids were split for whatever reason.
When the kids were moving between the two households, how did they get from one place to another?
So I would normally drive which I was fine with doing, but I would just drive and drop them off or drive down there and pick up the girls. But eventually we ended up figuring out a restaurant to kind of meet in the middle, and then that generally became our spot to exchange the girls.
Did you try to come up with a more permanent plan for where the four of you would live?
So yes, specifically in October, I had a meeting at the same restaurant that we would normally meet at with Rob, her dad, and we tried to plan out, or basically, okay, I asked her just point blank of, hey, can we just continue our trip to New Hampshire? And she immediately said yes, and which kind of surprised me because I thought I would have to try to convince her somehow, but she just immediately said yes, and from that point on, that's when we started planning to eventually continue the move that was planned to New Hampshire.
Just gonna ask a couple clarifying questions. You said this meeting was sometime around October. Was this October of 2023?
Yes.
And then you said you asked if you could continue your trip. By that, did you mean your move to New Hampshire?
Yes.
Were the four of you going to live together in New Hampshire?
I would not have been opposed to it. I'm just someone who's really big on the nuclear family, and I feel like it's really, really important for children to grow up with both parents in the household together, everyone living together. And so I would not have been opposed to it, but at first the plan was that we would live separately.
And when did you decide to, or when did you plan to move to New Hampshire?
So this was October, so we were deciding that we would wait until after all the holidays, and so like Halloween, Thanksgiving, Ellen's birthday on December 2nd, and then Christmas, New Year's, and then Valen's birthday on January 17th. So we'd wait for after all the holidays, spend the rest of the time with family, and then after Valen's birthday, then to start the move.
Was the plan for all four of you to start the move at the same time?
So no, I would go out there first with Elwin, get the place secured and just kind of get set up. And then Caitlyn would then fly out with Valen, and we worked it out to where she would drop Valen off to me, and then she would go back to Minnesota just to kind of get money and just kind of work on what she needed to do, free of not having to worry about the girls. And then once she got some money secured, then moving a few months later, when her aunt Brenda would have seasonal work for her.
And why didn't you just take both Elwin and Valen with you initially?
Again, the road trip, I thought it would just be too much. But I did know previously, just because of Elwin's and I's road trip from Nevada to Minnesota, which she did fantastic with, that I knew that she would have a really easy time, and we'd have just another great bonding experience kind of doing this road trip from Minnesota to New Hampshire.
And you said you thought it would be too much. Did you mean too much for Valen?
Well, yes, but probably me too, trying to do a road trip with two young girls, like a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old at the time, yes.
And Valen was
Captcha is what breaks the website, but if you clear your cache, use a different browser like Edge. Just don't use account. You cannot cheat. You cannot cheap. 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 Thank you,
one at the time of this
Yes.
Brandon. Cheap. Oh,
What did you do?
and Kathy Michael, thank you so much for gifting 10 memberships. I'm sorry I didn't see that. Al Dente, Bad Dasser, My Four Sons, Simi, Mary Romaine, Maureen, Mac RN, Amanda the, Reby, Jennifer Jones were gifted membership. Thank you so much, Kathy. And thank you for the gifted money to AJ's child as well.
To get ready to move to New Hampshire?
So I had, again, ordered pods, just sort of packing up all the girl stuff. As we were doing this, Caitlyn was bringing me some of the stuff, like Elwin and Valen stuff that she had. Like during Valen's birthday, we went to the Mall of America. But anyways, when we met there, then Caitlyn brought kind of the remainder of Elwin's stuff that she had, and then some of Valen's stuff, so that I could put it in the pods to be sent to New Hampshire.
Thank you, Kathy.
So she did that, and then two, I showed her the because I had gotten the apartment by then, and so I was showing her pictures of the apartment and where we were staying, and that it was going to be the place in Berlin, the apartment in Berlin.
Did you give her the address?
Yes.
There's no history of DV we have been told about.
So you said you had decided to leave for New Hampshire after the holidays, the last of the holidays being Valen's birthday?
Yes.
And what day is Valen's birthday?
January 17th.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Certainly.
I'm going to show you what's been marked for ID as Defendant's E. What is that?
It's a January 2024 calendar.
Is there more than one page?
Yes. So it's also February and March 2024.
Can you please mark Valen's birthday, January 17th, on the calendar?
Yes.
Did Caitlyn book a flight to New Hampshire?
Yes. So this
didn't
was
tell you
before I
anything.
left. She ordered
Oh,
a
there is
flight out to Boston. Yes.
And how did you know she had gotten a flight to Boston before you left?
Pretty sure she texted to me. I'm pretty sure the day before we ended up leaving.
It's been
Ellen
on
and
the
I.
stand about an hour
What day did
with a
Caitlin
lot of sidebars.
information about her flight?
I mean, I don't recall exactly, but I guess maybe the 19th, January 19th.
Would it refresh your recollection if I showed you copies of the text between you and Caitlin?
Okay. Figure out where I was picking up. Yes.
And sent any messages to Caitlin that day?
Said goodbye to Ellen, and we started our road trip. Basically, I just
How much
road
did
trip
you-
ready, and we all and I went. So I.
Yeah.
So that was the next day, January 20th.
And you left with Elowen?
Yes.
Can you please mark on the calendar the day that you and Elowen
This is not important.
left from Minnesota?
No. So I had to pick her up on the morning of the 20th.
Where did you pick her up from?
So this was this was at her friend's house. So I drove over in the morning, went to her friend's house. She was the one that opened the door. I guess I could say the name, Sarah. But saw her, just said a brief greeting, just hey, and then she went upstairs, and I went inside, just met with Caitlin for a little bit, and we all came out together to the car. I had it just packed with all sorts of stuff for the road trip. Like my mom made Ellen a picture book, but just road trip ready. And then basically I said goodbye to Valen, and Caitlin said goodbye to Ellen, and we started our road trip.
Before you started, had you sent any messages to Caitlin that day?
Before,
Yeah, YouTube skipped, but I went back to where we were.
Before you left?
yes.
And why did you message her?
It was just to figure out where I was picking up Ellen.
And did Caitlin send you an address to pick Elowen up?
Yes,
She sent that via text?
yes.
Did you text her again to let her know when you got there?
Yes, to Sarah's house, yes.
Were you and Caitlin in touch while you and Elowen were on the road trip?
Yes, the whole time. Actually, immediately afterwards, it was about 10 minutes after I started the road trip, Ellen just started vomiting in the car. And anyway, so I immediately had to pull over and take care of her. And I texted Caitlin about, hey, Ellen's throwing up in the car. What is going on? And
She was car sick.
she texted back just something about how, yeah, Ellen had been sick.
Sustained.
Were you and Caitlin in touch in other ways while you were on the trip?
Yes, so I had been calling and we were FaceTiming and just kind of showing our adventures throughout the road trip.
Were there any other subjects that you communicated about while you were on the road trip?
I think again she was asking for some more money. I had been just sort of regularly sending her money. It wasn't a ton, but it was just kind of what I could afford, like a few $100s every month, like maybe like $500 one month or $100 the next month. But yeah, I think she was asking just for some more money.
And how did you respond?
As to who responded? Has Caitlin respond?
How did Dustin respond to Caitlin?
Okay. Yep.
It's been a long time since the last sidebar. Good thing we can get a sidebar.
Sustained.
No. let's go from a sidebar to another sidebar. Yeah, and a wife asking for money. That's unheard of. It's that was from
Let's go from a
Kathy.
sidebar to another sidebar.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Oh boy.
He described the request for money as much more contentious in his police interview. Yeah. Yeah, he seems to be mad about the money a whole lot. And maybe I'm getting this wrong. I have 2 kids. I have 2 daughters. There's only 2 years between them. But I would never, even though I have a closer relationship. Well, it's getting way better but I have a closer relationship with one than the other. But I would never ever say, yeah, that's okay. You stay home this weekend, and I'm taking your sister down. You just stay with mom. I would never split them up. And as soon as we started driving, she started throwing up. So I had to call my wife. She's a 4-year-old kid. Why can't you handle that? I started having my kids on weekends when my youngest was maybe a year old. Around a year and a half old when she started coming. So I drove with a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old every other weekend for like 2.5 hours. And yeah, sometimes you had to stop at the side of the road because one had to puke, they had to pee. You just handle that. Maybe they had a full diaper, you change the diaper. Why don't you know that when you have a 4-year-old? Maybe make sure Brandon doesn't have any pew-pews. If this pretentious fool think any of this is helping him with the jury, he's sadly mistaken. I hope so. Hello, Jinxie Poo.
Hi, Jinx.
He couldn't even handle the 4-year-old, and the 4-year-old can talk to him. So yeah, I'm glad he didn't get the 1-year-old on a car trip across half of Americas. Yeah. It happens. That child crawled into my car when I wasn't looking. I did not abduct it, but how am I supposed to know how to change the diaper? These pesky children who's just jumping into cars, trying to carjack you.
Dustin, I'm going to approach with what's been marked for ID as Defendant's Exhibit F. You can take that. What is that?
It's a picture of Ellen and I at Niagara Falls.
And was that picture taken while you were on your road trip?
Yes.
Is it a fair and accurate representation of what you and Elwyn looked like and where you were on your road trip?
Yes.
Did you text that photograph to Caitlyn?
Yes.
And when did you text it to her?
I believe it was immediately after we got to the house.
So after you got to New Hampshire?
Yes.
And why did you text that photograph to her?
Objection.
Overruled.
Relevance.
Overruled.
Really, I just wanted to show what we were all doing. Obviously, I wanted to keep Caitlyn informed on just what was going on and what we're doing.
And was it just one of a series of photographs that you sent to Caitlyn from you and Elwyn's road trip?
Yes.
Judge, I move to strike the idea that Defendant's Exhibit F be entered as a full exhibit.
Over the state's objection, the ID may be stricken and it shall be considered as a full exhibit.
Permission to publish to the jury?
Yes?
Again, show us the text messages where there's some content to it instead of just a picture with a child. That's called marriage, Brandon. No, there's no diddler sense on him. He just have a weird connection to one of his children and not the other one. And that can happen. You will have more of a connection to one of the children and the other maybe, but he just have a very... He's never talking about Valen or whatever the other kid's name is.
Yeah, like me and my dad were closer, and my mom and my sister were closer. Like they did more things together, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So it's common.
Brandon, you are married. Anything you thought that you had beforehand, that's wrong. It's hers now.
Attorney Kittle's afternoon break.
Yeah, let's take another
Okay,
break.
We'll stop here for our mid-afternoon break. Members of the
Yeah,
jury
'cause
will
you've been
resume
breaking the whole
at,
time.
20 after. We'll resume at 2:20. Again, please do not discuss the case amongst yourselves, and if anyone does so, please inform the bailiff. Thank you. All rise.
I don't know why it made that stupid cut all of a sudden. Oh, yeah, shh. Don't alert her. Yeah, she's probably waving it around his face and saying, "You're not going to spend that." State rested this morning after 5 minutes with the witness yesterday. They couldn't finish, and then we went into the normal direct verdictment. That took about an hour and a half fighting over that. Then the jury came back, and the defense started. Then they went into a discussion about the first defense witness because that's the aunt of the victim, and they had a long discussion, maybe half an hour about that. Then the jury came back. She was on the stand for 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like 20 minutes. Didn't say much, and then we had our lunch break. Then we came back. Then he took the stand, and he's been on the stand for like an hour and 20 minutes or something like that. And we only just got to the part where he went back to his house from Minnesota. We haven't even gotten to the pew-pewing yet, but we know he took small arms fire when he was in Iraq. And that got him the big sad, so he can't work.
Tell us what you think.
Did your wife bring a friend back? Yeah, that's why you have the pink eye.
Oh shit.
Well, I'm wearing my Tennessee Vols t-shirt. Yeah, I also have my top 2 favorite kids. Did the aunt talk about the secret plan? The plan was that she wanted to leave the house without him finding out she wanted to take the kids, which is not what... I don't believe that's a legal reason to shoot someone. But they're going to go with the direct verdict. They went into burglary, kidnapping, imprisonment, unlawful imprisonment. I think was one of the arguments. Blackmail. They went all over. So yeah, Jamie is moving to New Hampshire to be with him.
Yeah.
Where the
What?
heck is Valhalla? Valhalla was here this morning.
Why'd you slide over that so quickly? Did Dave mean I'm not buying this guy's story? Because I'm not.
No, it says Jamie is buying this guy's story. So Jamie is buying this guy's story.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. No, I think I think they had some stuff going on when it came to the kid stuff. I can understand where he's frustrated with her if she is trying to take the kids and not really talking to him about it. I feel like I said, I'm missing a chunk of the story because he sounds like it went from they're just doing great, this happy family, and then all of a sudden she's leaving and doesn't want to be with him or something, and then he's gone. But yeah, I see where you get mad with all that stuff. Then take her to court.
Yeah. Call the cops. It's a Friday. Did we expect anything big or exciting? Yeah, I actually expected that he would be better on the stand. It's horrible. Oh, I'm a Marine, so I'm a trained killer, and I can't handle myself. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, honestly, going into a lot of the depression stuff, then I mean, I don't, in my opinion, it just doesn't sound like you needed to have a weapon then. It sounded like you're having a lot of mental issues that you need to deal with.
Yeah. It's just absolutely crazy that they are believing this is working.
Well, and did he say that he tried to off himself also? So it's like, come on. He's suicidal and he's got PTSD and has major depression. That's a lot of things.
Yeah, where are we going with it?
Yeah, but it
It's
doesn't make him sympathetic to his situation. That's my problem. It's like, that doesn't sound good at all. It sounds like to me, then you should have been going and getting something taken care of, dude. You shouldn't. I don't know. He just seems more reckless, in my opinion. But
yeah, to me, he just seems like well, I can explain everything with everyone who was a Marine would do this. No, they wouldn't. Wasn't the pew pew his dad's service weapon? Yes, it was. His former service weapon.
well, he
Well,
has to have with the mental issues. It's he would have to be under doctor care where the doctors are like, oh, he's it's not just
yeah.
like, oh, if you can just go and you're not going to allow to get a gun just because you're sad. Like,
Oh, it has to be. It's not enough that you're eating depression pills. It should be something else.
yeah,
And again, the idiot right after he talked about how much of a marksman he was trained as, he said, "I'm trained in unarmed combat." You're fighting a 5-foot woman who's sitting down on the couch, and you can't with your special Marine because it's special close combat training in the Marines. I don't know how you do it in the American military. We got close combat defense as well, and it was just you can do the hip toss, and then if someone comes running at you with a plastic rifle, kind of in this position, and it's really friendly to you, you can do all the Aikido stuff like your Steven Seagal. The instant they try to fight you, you can't do shit. You'll just go back to street fighting and try and punch them in the face or knee them in the nuts.
yeah.
I don't know if is Brandon wanting a lobotomy or the defendant having a
I
lobotomy.
think he's talking about doctors. Yeah, I mean, you have to have more than just I don't know.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying, yeah,
yeah. You don't lose your rights just because you get depressions.
yeah.
If you're
You
hospitalized,
shouldn't.
no, but if you are on a pink slip to the mental ward, yeah, maybe people need to be a little more cautious around giving you any access to weapons. But if it's just because you have a depression, and he skated over that suicide attempt really fast.
Yeah, but I'm just him talking about it in my just I don't think that it's getting across to the jury like you think it is. Like it's just making
No.
you look more of a loose cannon, in my opinion.
Yeah. What would be this guy's defense if not the Rambo defense? But that's the big problem. And Dave, when the entry hole is here, I just have a big problem, even if you are Rambo, seeing that as self-defense, because shouldn't self-defense be because she was coming at you? Well, it's in defense of others, but he was carrying the child he was trying to defend. So there was no reason. And then when you put it here, I'm just wildly speculating, but hey, it's not like anything happened in this trial anyway. That looks more like someone is trying to stage a self-deletion, and you yank it there. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Wouldn't he have private insurance given his job? So I think the VA is bad argument. The VA is bad argument doesn't play, but he didn't really have any jobs because he lost them because he had the big sad. Have we seen his service record? No, we haven't. We just have his word for it, but the state hasn't objected to it. So unless they will do it on rebuttal, I don't think we'll get into it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm anxious to hear his statements of that day. That's for sure.
4 years old. It's called Cobra and Disability. He effed up, so he effed his wife up. I'm just seeing a man who, first of all, he didn't want to be a dad. Hey, I know the feeling. That's not where I was planning to go either. But when I became a dad, I really liked it. And I like it to this day. It's the best thing that ever happened in my life. Yes, even meeting Jamie won't reach that high level of joy.
I wouldn't.
But this guy, do you feel he's talking about his kids with passion?
And how I'm seeing it is I feel like it is somebody who's severely depressed, and like this might be harsh or anything, but like I feel like he latched onto this child like it was going to be the everything that was going to make him happy, and he didn't think, he thought he could just pretend like his problems didn't exist. I don't know. And
Yeah, he seems like someone who just wanted to stay home and be with the kid and have that cartoon thing with the nuclear family, and the kid was going to play in the yard and everything would be perfect if we just got the kid. And
yeah,
it's not,
like that's what yes, exactly. Like he just felt like everything would be, it would just be perfect. Everything will be perfect if I have this kid. And I feel like her doing what she was doing made him snap because he felt like he was going to, I mean, he was already depressed. He was already suicidal. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I think we have to say self-deletional or something like that. To me, it seems like he's saying all the things that he thinks people want to hear in a parental relationship. I just don't feel. You have seen me talk about my kid, and my kid is 23 years old, 24 years old. How old is my kid? She's 24 years old. She just turned 24. And when I talk about her and her sister, who is 22 years old, I can get a little moist in the eyes and stuff like that because I really enjoy my kids. And Jamie, you know me when stuff is bad with the kids. You know me from behind the scenes. I'm not just smiling and saying, yeah, well, it was great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still to this day I get very emotional with my kids.
Yeah.
And this guy, he just feels like he doesn't even know how to handle he has done one road trip, but he can't handle she's puking in the car. It just shows me I think he's more in love with the thought about being the dad instead of being a dad. That textbook dad you have to be. Yeah, but I don't think that he handled being a dad to her. Again, he was out of work, but she was at a kindergarten preschool thingy. But he has this notion because he never mentions Valen. They skipped right past Valen being born, the pregnancy, and because she lost or she stopped breathing, it's not like it doesn't happen to a lot of kids. They'll get a bit of air and they'll be fine.
Yeah. No, but that's kind of what Jess is saying. Like that's kind of what I was saying. Like he made it his entire identity and also like his entire source of happiness. Like, and he had so much, he was messed up, in my opinion. And he was trying to, I don't know. And I felt like he saw it slipping away when she was maybe saying that she was going to take the kids or whatever, and he snapped. Which I don't think he had a right to, from every inch
No,
of the
but then
story.
argue that could make it involuntary manslaughter. He could get a way less time in prison, because it's okay to snap when your stuff like this is threatened. He could have said, "Well, I blacked out and I must have killed her." That would have been a better explanation instead of this. I got deployed to Okinawa. Yeah, if it was 1944, it would probably be a bad place. But going to Okinawa now, where you have a full base, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the worst place you can be deployed in 2008.
Yeah, like this whole I'm a Marine and decorated a Marine and I'm know how to handle myself and I've been in all these situations. It's meh.
This is Brian Higgins all over again, a decorated dude.
Decorated dude.
Yeah, all of his life is just I used to be on the president's detail, so I'm fancy. I used to play for the Queen. Sometimes I'll play for her 7 times a day. It's not that fancy, my friend. It's yeah. That's the whole problem in this case. We have no idea what went on in their relationship, only his side, and it doesn't make sense. No, where are the text messages about I'm effing taking your kids and I don't want to see you again and we're staying in Minnesota? She's volunteering to go back to New Hampshire with him now. But then she comes there to steal the kids. Why couldn't she just abduct the kids while they are in Minnesota with her parents? Go get an injunction. Look at the Kelsey Fitzsimmons trial. It's really easy if you go cry in front of a judge. You will get an injunction really fast. And especially in parental cases, if she comes in and says, I'm afraid of him, there will be a restraining order faster than Brandon can complain about the beagle.
That poor beagle.
The tuber was the one who did the drunken sailor. Oh, Bukaki did the one. I can't all these weird people. But all of them were decorated dudes. Yeah, I made sandwiches for the king before he was king. And I carved meat for him at a buffet. I'm kind of fancy, you know, Jamie.
A buffet. I love that you say it like that.
Yeah, I say it the right way. I don't say buffet.
Buffet. Buffet.
Buffet.
A buffet.
We're gonna go down to the Golden Corral and hit the buffet.
Hit that buffet.
I'm gonna get
Chinese
all
buffet.
the cheesy cups.
My favorite is Chinese buffet. Chinese buffet is Top
It's
notch.
just a lot of deep fried crap. So
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. All the crab cheese you can eat, any kind of chicken.
we don't have much chicken in our Chinese buffet. We have the deep fried shrimp, the deep fried chicken, and and then the one we have in our time. They have like a Mongolian barbecue where you can go choose some meat and some vegetables and get a stir fry. It's not that good, and it's crazy expensive in my town, and it's really bad food.
Once you find a good Chinese buffet, that's the only place you go. There are some really bad ones.
There was one in the town. Oh, the big one is back again today. She's tall. This one, the blonde.
Yeah, she looks like 6'5". Jeez.
Wilbur
Okay,
behind
thank
her
you.
is
Please be
thinking,
seated.
oh my, I'm have to sit behind her. Yes, all you can eat buffets are all. Oh, it's really cheap. It's only like twice the amount you'll pay for like a cafe
This photo of
burger.
you and Elwyn, defendants F. You said that you sent it to Caitlyn?
Yes.
Did you send it to anyone else?
Yes. I'm trying to remember exactly who. I think my parents, I think, and I think both of Caitlyn's parents as well.
Both Lori and Rob?
I think so, yes.
It depends on
You
the
still
if
that
they have
calendar up
rebuttal.
there?
Yes.
What date did you arrive in New Hampshire?
If I'm remembering right, I actually think it was the 25th, January 25th.
So that's different than the date that you guessed when you were, or mentioned when you were talking to the police?
So, yes, the more I thought about it, the more, I'm pretty sure it was the 25th, not the 23rd.
Can you write the date you arrived in New Hampshire on the calendar?
Yes.
Why do we need it on the calendar? Oh, she's going to
Okay.
use it doing closing arguments. Marissa, you have to work Monday.
Where was your apartment?
So it was in Berlin.
Was it on 1063 Main Street?
Yes.
How was the apartment when you arrived?
So we arrived a little early, so it needed some cleaning, but anyways, we did some deep cleaning and then got kind of what we had taken in the car set up and ready for the pods to arrive to really get settled in.
Did you set up your bedroom?
With what we had, yes.
And did you set up the girls' bedroom?
Yes.
Did you do anything else to get settled in?
Quite a bit, just to get settled in New Hampshire. I had to get new driver's license, new registration on the vehicle.
Get to the part where you shoot your wife in the head. I don't care how you furnished your new apartment or got your driver's license. I have been waiting for 2 hours to hear why you pulled a Beretta, racked the slide, put it on the side of your wife's head, and pulled the trigger. I don't care if you lied on your driver's license about your height and your weight. I don't care if you were sleeping on a futon. No one above the age of 30 should ever sleep on a futon. I have 3 more years I can do it. I just want to know what happened in the 10 minutes, 5 minutes before and 5 minutes after. I don't care about any of this bullshit.
New license plate. I got Elwyn enrolled in the Berlin Head Start, the preschool that's right there. And we were regularly going to like the Berlin library. But yeah, just kind of getting all that taken care of.
Did you send anyone your address?
Yes. Yes, Rob was asking to send Valentine's Day cards.
What? Who's Rob?
Yeah.
Did you ask Caitlyn before sharing the address with Rob?
I did.
Oh, that's
Actually,
Caitlin's dad, I think.
I take it back. That was, it was actually right afterwards. But I did ask Caitlin if I could share or if she had an issue with me sharing the address to anyone.
Did she?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
Yeah.
Hearsay.
Sustained.
But you testified earlier that you had, Rob, Caitlyn's dad, had wanted to send some Valentine's Day cards.
Yes.
Yeah, let's see the Valentine's Day card. Oh, this is infuriating. This is like the Memphis guy. Well, I bought kids supplies. Then I unalived my kid. Hug me, Bender. I need a hug. You're the only one who supports me.
Whatever. You're so dramatic.
It's a Friday. It's 8:30. I could be at a bar drinking beers, Jamie.
Yeah, you really could. But you're here with us.
Where I really want to be. Where
With
everyone
this
knows
guy.
your name.
And his weird spiky hair and his stupid glasses.
My glasses kind of look like his, Jamie. So watch it. Are we at a sidebar, or is he trying to put something on a projector?
I have no idea.
What? Why are you going? Can't you just DoorDash it? Maybe I should do an LC stream and just go to a bar and yell the N-word randomly like he did.
Well, you go right ahead.
Yeah, probably because I will be one of the most tan people in that bar anyway. So
Yeah.
the only bar we have in my neighborhood is one of those bars where you'll always make a friend and you can always get
Dustin,
either
where
knocked up or
in
knocked
yours
out.
do you keep the Valentine's cards?
Here's $1 from
I set them in
to save you
the
from spending it at
living
the bar.
room.
Thank you.
And it was on a little, like a black drawer. I set them on top of it.
What, if anything, does this have to do with him killing his wife, Jamie?
I don't know.
Oh, I hate that new shit. That's why I'm glad right across the street we have the sausage wagon with good old
Were they in one of the photographs the state introduced?
I believe so, yes.
deep fryer with all the reused fat in it. Makes it taste better. Should I put on words on screen and just go away for an hour and we can come back and they might have put this piece of evidence on the overhead?
It might work.
Was it maybe visible in a video that was played?
Maybe.
Okay.
That might have been it.
For everyone's sake, I'll stop trying to find it.
Who cares?
Oh, let me see some Valentine's cards for
How
your
were things
kids.
with Caitlyn once you got to New Hampshire?
So they were all right at first, but she was really having money issues, and so she was continually asking for more and more money.
Did you have an argument about money?
Yes, so this was February 14th. She really what
That's the day
a
we
lot of
beat
it
the
was
Cats.
about money, but it also included how she wanted to put Ellen and Valen on her taxes. And I didn't even say no, but she just didn't even like that response. So she started making a lot of threats about how she was going to say that I kidnapped Elowen and took her to New Hampshire without her permission.
Let me ask you, had you done that?
No.
And your understanding was that Caitlyn had given you permission to?
Yes.
And you had been,
So she started threatening you, and of course, as any other reasonable adult in a divorce proceeding, you were taping these calls, and then you went to the local magistrate and said, "Hey, Your Honor, she's threatening me. I want custody of the kids." And the judge said, "Oh yeah, I can hear she's threatening you and saying she's going to make up charges against you. So of course you're going to get custody of the kids. That crazy lady is crazy." No, you just shot her in the face because that's what they taught you in the Marines.
Like neither of them like had any kind of they didn't go to the court and get anything settled. So
So
nobody can
I'm
be
wondering.
mad about anything.
staying in touch with Caitlyn along your journey
Yes.
and sending her parents your address?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Who did she say she threatened she was going to call?
Can't
and
deduct the
these
bullet?
claims to?
To the police.
What else? Anything else happened during that argument?
So, well, along with that, just threatening that she would take the girls away from me and I'd never see them again.
And how did that argument impact your plan, the plan that you and Caitlyn had for Caitlyn to bring Valen to New Hampshire?
So at that point, I wasn't sure what was happening. Now it sounded like she was not going to bring Valen to New Hampshire. So I started making a bunch of calls immediately. So
Let me back you up there for a second, okay?
Yes.
You said that argument was on February 14th,
yes,
and is Caitlyn's phone number 612-900-4997?
yes.
Let's take a look at the cell phone records that the state introduced into evidence earlier. States. States 13.
Well, most people I know that have a split relationship, like they'll like alternate years. Like they'll claim the kids on one year, and the kids on the other year until they get something in. But I don't know.
You know why I always say I don't like when people judge people on how they look and react. This guy, he is pissing me off with his smug demeanor. He has these small little shy smiles now and again where I'm thinking, what the hell is he doing? And I
Yeah.
hate that his glasses look just like mine. Now I have to go and turn them in.
Mr. Duren, can you see that? on
I
your screen?
cannot, no.
a quick break. It shouldn't be more than 5 or 10 minutes. We'll resume when we've restored capabilities. Please do not discuss the case amongst yourselves. Thank you.
And with the taxes thing, like, why wouldn't they like look at who's going to benefit more from it, do it that way, and then split the money? I mean,
I had a
would
buddy
do
of
it.
mine. They split custody, and on paper they had a kid each. In Denmark, you have a mandatory fee you have to pay every month if you're divorced. 760 kroner. So that's like, I don't know, $300 or something like that. Probably a little more. But you have to pay that every month. That's mandatory, and you can then deduct it in your taxes. But instead of doing the smart thing, so you don't have to think about, they had a kid each, so you just take it away. No. You had to pay the 760 from the mom to the dad, and then from the dad to the mom. And both of them could then retract it on their taxes. So they made money every month by splitting the kids, because that's how stupid the Danish tax system is.
Yeah.
So they made like $100 a month by paying child support.
I mean,
I don't even know if he is on disability. Have we heard that? He just said he couldn't work because of his disability. I'm not sure
well,
that.
he never actually talked about being like legally disabled. Like, he just quit his job because he was sad and
Yeah,
he
he has
couldn't spend time
PTSD and
with the kids.
depression, so he can't hold a job.
Yeah. And the USPS job was too many hours. He was getting more depressed because he was spending more time away from his kids.
Yeah, and
That's-
only his oldest kid, not the second kid.
Yeah.
He claims he was diagnosed in 2021-22. Yeah, he said he was on disability in his police interrogation, but he didn't say it on the stand. He just said he couldn't work because of his depression. Yeah, I should be sponsored by Kit Kat, but I would just be even fatter if I was that.
I want all the Kit Kats. Oh, I love Kit Kats.
It's the greatest.
It really is.
Was it attributed to his time in the Marines? We don't know. He just said he was diagnosed with PTSD. But again,
I mean,
college kids get PTSD if they don't get into the right sorority. It's become one of those. It's kind of like ADHD and autism. Everyone has a little bit of it. In Canada, the woman doesn't have to claim child support as an income, and the man can't claim it as an expense. I never understood this. In Denmark, it will be put into your system, but again, everything is tax deductible because we pay so many taxes. So, yeah. What? I missed that part.
What?
Someone needs help with her arms.
I
Okay.
understand that.
I would rather have 6 hours of bing, bang, bing, bang, bing, bang, bing, bang, than having these boring ass long days when nothing happens. It's so hard to get through.
Well, it's the judge's fault too. You know, he's Mr. Whatever. Like, he's not. I miss the judges that are like, no, we're getting this done. We're getting it done now. How long do we have? Let's do this.
Yeah, why are we talking about what happened back then? It has no bearing on the case. Get to the case. Stephen used to be a mailman, and that job can be extremely stressful. Not excusing this scumbag, but that job pushes people beyond. That's what I said. Going postal.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy job. I mean, especially if you have to work 12-hour days, like 6 days a week. Like, that's a lot.
This was actually a thing I was wondering. The VA disability is not a taxable income. So why should he claim the kids on his taxes? Because then he has no taxes. Because he's on disability.
Yeah, and like I said, if she's going to get more benefit doing it on hers, just have like an agreement that like you split the money or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and again, is this a conversation where I'm gonna claim both the kids, or hey, now that you have your VA disability, we would actually make more money if I claim both kids on the taxes because I will get a bigger deduction. Oh, you would? Yeah, because I'll get $500 deducted on each kid, and you can't deduct any of them because you're not taxable on your VA benefits. So that would make perfect sense. It would net us X amount of money every month. Oh, that's a good idea. Was it that conversation? We don't know what conversation they were having. Remember when we were reading Karen Reed's text messages where they only took every fifth text message and thinking, oh, she seemed kind of like a bitch. And then we read the full context and it was John who was kind of a jealous idiot.
Well, yeah, and we're only getting his side of the story of things. So it feels a lot different than what we probably, if we got full size and the full story.
He will get more benefit for having the child on his taxes. Yeah, but again, what discussion and what tone was it in? You'll get up to 2,200 per qualified child. So he pew-pewed his wife over less than 5K. Yeah. But remember, he's a Marine. They act. They are taught to act.
Thank you. Please be seated.
So you testified earlier that Caitlyn's phone number was 612-900-4997, right?
Yes.
And now we're taking a look at the cell phone records, states exhibit 13.
How long was that call?
Yes.
Does that show that you called Caitlyn on February 14th?
Yes.
What time does it say that you called her?
15:33.
Is that
3:33. 3:33 p.m. Yes.
And after, you said you had called multiple people after this argument. Is that call the one you're referencing with the argument?
Yes. Yes.
Who did you contact after?
I'm not going to argue shame anyone, but he calls the next person 22 minutes later, then 1 minute later, then 13 minutes later, then at the same time, and then 9 minutes later. I have never had an argument with my ex-wife for only 22 minutes in the beginning. Trust me, bro. It wasn't until I learned that the red button on the phone works when you talk to your ex-wife.
The argument.
I believe I called several different people, but I called my Minnesota attorney several times. I think I called my parents. I may have called Rob and Lori. I guess I don't remember specifically.
1, 2,
That day.
3 calls to this number.
Going through these cell phone records would help you remember, I assume.
1, 2, 3.
If
4,
I
5,
knew
6 times
the
to this number.
phone numbers, I don't know. I don't remember the exact phone numbers.
No. This is after she said she wanted to claim the kids on the taxes. We haven't gotten close to the unaliving yet, Marissa. Do you want to think? Do you think they will be done by 4? He's going to testify longer than what's her name, the lady that Dave is in love with, Jody.
Oh,
The next 2 calls you made are to 952 955-8008. Does that sound like your Minnesota attorney's phone number?
Yes, actually, yes.
And is that an attorney that you were talking to around child custody?
Yes.
And he doesn't pick up.
36 and 37 show that you called your Minnesota attorney twice.
Yes.
At what times?
That was 15:55 and 15:56. 3:55 and 3:56.
And we heard testimony earlier about what your mom's phone number is. That next line 38, is that
Yep.
mom's phone number?
Yes, it is.
So did you call your mom? Does that?
Eh,
represent
yes.
that you called your mom?
So yes, I did call my mom, yes.
And what time did you call your mom?
That was 4:09
Line
PM.
4:09 PM. And then that next line, what does that show? So we've got who the call was made to, and then who the call was made from afterwards.
So that's my mom calling me back.
And then lines 40 and 41, who's calling you back there?
That's the Minnesota attorney.
What time did the Minnesota attorney call you back?
It's 4:18 PM.
Line 42, who do you call?
That, again, that's the attorney.
Is Lori Smith's phone number 763-381?
Sustain.
May we approach?
Sure.
What are we doing?
I don't know, they objected and approached.
You talked to a divorce lawyer. Yeah. When did you shoot your wife? When did you shoot your wife? Oh, so you called the grocery store. Oh, there's a call to Brandon. Yeah, he was looking for some used spare parts. That's why I took out my wife. Yeah, maybe there's Sebastian is right there just stalling. Because there's nothing in this that could help the jury in any way to figure out if it was self-defense. This sounds like a custody battle gone wrong. And custody battles are not a legal reason to pew someone else.
Yeah, it sounds like they just were having a disagreement on this kid's situation. And he was just looking for a reason.
Yeah, but nothing of this supports the well, yeah, it just, yeah, he has a motive now. Fedorowski, what's the meaning of any of this? I have no idea what's going on. And he's sitting with that sly, smirky smile again. I hate this guy. I couldn't stop it because I was a Marine. Marines can't stop it. When we go into killing, we kill a lot.
Oh, David.
Well, I also know there's such a thing as laundry duty, and can you just get it over with? Because and I'm not saying, but if it takes you 2 hours just to get to the part where you're close to the hole, you're doing it wrong. Just turn the
I
knob
don't
a little bit,
remember
and that'll be fine.
Lori's number.
I don't know.
Do you remember the area code or anything like that?
Not off the top of my head, no.
And you don't remember Rob's either?
No.
Okay.
Who
But
cares?
You think that you called Lori and Rob?
Yes.
We heard testimony earlier that the Berlin Police Department phone number is 603-752-3131. And we also saw from an earlier witness that you called 603-752-3131 on February 14th. I'm going to draw your attention to line 46. Does that show that you called the Berlin Police Department on February 14th?
Yes.
And what time?
5:20 PM.
Did you call the Berlin Police Department before or after your argument with Caitlyn?
Afterwards.
Why did you call the Berlin Police Department?
I was worried that she was going to call them and try to have me arrested. Like claim that I kidnapped Elowen and brought her to New Hampshire.
And again, that claim was false.
Yes.
What did the Berlin Police Department tell you about whether or not they would get involved?
They said they would not get involved.
Let's look at the next record, line 47. Does that show that you called your mom again?
Yes.
And what time did you call your mom?
5:32 p.m.
What's the phone number you called on line 48?
It is 612-221-2078.
And so that's the same area code as Caitlyn's phone number?
Yes.
Do you remember whose phone number that is?
And that is potentially Lori's.
Objection,
You're
speculation.
not sure.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's okay. Does it show what time you called someone with the same area code as Caitlyn's phone number?
6:45 p.m.
And is that the last call you made that night?
Yes, it is.
After that argument, when's the next time that you and Caitlyn communicated?
So it was almost a week later to where Elwin, it was the first time that Elwin went to the Berlin Head Start, the preschool. And so she was pretty excited about it and wanted to talk to her mom, talk to Caitlyn, and tell her about it.
And how did you communicate that to Caitlyn?
So I texted her about how Elwin wanted to.
John, I apologize.
No ruling.
Sorry, can you say it
I can
again?
try to ask the same question again. How did you communicate to Caitlyn that Ellen wanted to talk to her?
So I texted her that Elwin just had her first day at the preschool and that she wanted to talk to her.
Did Ellen and Caitlyn talk that day?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, she's a bad mom?
What, if anything, did you offer to do for Caitlyn after the argument?
Shoot her in the head.
So eventually, just because I was worried about this, well, actually, I'll back up a minute. I hadn't seen Valen, and so I want to see if she was okay.
Non-responsive.
Overruled.
I was checking on Valen, wanted to see if she was okay, so I texted Rob, her dad, and just to see if he could go over and check on Valen and just see how she was, which he did, but he said that he didn't actually see her, that Valen was sleeping, and that he just didn't want to push the subject, so he just kind of left it alone.
And how did that make you feel?
So obviously a little disappointed, but yeah.
And did you offer to do anything for Caitlyn at that point?
So at that point, I was just thinking, okay, if I can just text her and say, okay, you can claim Elwin and Valen on your taxes, and if I just say that that's okay, will you still bring Valen to New Hampshire.
And what response did you get?
And she said yes.
Did you do anything else to make sure that Caitlyn would bring Valen?
So I did, I think I had already done this actually, but I did reimburse her for the plane ticket. And I was still sending her what I could, money-wise.
What else did you do after the argument?
I guess I can't think of anything specific afterwards.
You testified earlier you had talked to your family court, or your.
Oh, yes, yes.
Can you tell us?
Can we
about
just get
what
to
you
the
did in
night?
relation to the
Okay,
family
well,
lawyer?
I'm
sorry,
fetching
in
something to
Minnesota.
drink.
yes,
Spoken to
the
the
Minnesota
people who were in
attorney, yes.
Minnesota.
So I was trying to retain her, so I was paying her hourly, but I want to retain her just because, again, I was worried that something was going to happen. So I was trying to get a retainer. She was needing $4,000, and I was tight on money, especially with the move. So I was trying to figure out what to do. I was thinking about selling my car, but didn't actually do it, and then was trying a credit union, and my credit wasn't that great at the time, so got denied for that. I was just trying to figure out ways to make it work.
Were you able to retain the lawyer?
No.
Did Caitlyn end up coming to New Hampshire?
She did, yes.
And did she bring Valen?
Yes.
As far as you know, where was she staying when she got here?
As far as I knew, with Brenda or one of her rental properties.
One of Brenda's rental properties?
Yes.
Had you offered to let Caitlyn stay with you?
I did. I texted her about how I kind of figured that she would.
Name of your approach?
Yes.
Yeah, we need to chip chop chip. Yeah, I don't know who these people are. He keeps saying names, and it's like, I don't know who that is. He might have been talking about his attorney that he retained. Brenda? That's what I'm assuming. I mean, when you really look at all this that he's been talking about, it literally just looks like a stupid relationship where now they're just having child custody issues. It doesn't seem like anybody was violent or doing anything. Just he didn't like what she was doing, and maybe she didn't like what he was doing, just in general. I don't get it. I want to hear how his child was in mortal danger and he had to defend the child. And pew pew his girlfriend in the head.
Oh, I missed the sidebar. Oh.
Yeah. I don't even know what he's talking about, but they objected to it and approached. So
Couldn't find. I knew I had one beer left in the house. Couldn't find it.
I don't blame you, Courtney. I'm about to fall asleep too.
This has really turned into a slow case, Jamie.
Yeah. Well, he's running this courtroom like
Yeah, like there's
there's no
nothing.
rush for anything. It's just relax a daisy.
Welcome, Miss Mandy, people. Why don't I get the notification when I get rated? Thank you, Miss Mandy Reacts, for rating us while we are at number 51. I checked with Discovery Addict. This is sidebar number 51 in 4 days. Brandon will now do the math how many sidebars that is a day. But thank you, Miss Mandy React.
Yeah.
And
Andy.
Sustained in part, subject to rephrase.
let's do this. I know Brandon can't do it, but
Had you
no,
offered
not
to let
Brandon.
Caitlyn stay
Yes.
with you?
Yes.
And did she take you up on that?
And she said no.
And without saying the content of the messages, how were you aware that she did not want to stay with you? Or that she had, why did you think she didn't want to stay with you?
Objection, Your Honor. I'm just, in terms of phrasing of the question, I'm not sure how we get to that without hearsay.
Your approach.
Yep.
52.
Oh my God. Now that annoys me more than anything. When
I'm-
they just come back from one and then instantly we're
Yeah.
back at it.
I have a bottle of Slivovich. I'm considering maybe just Brandoning myself. Oh, come on now. Well, I don't have any more beer in my house. I had to go and rummage through everywhere to find that beer. Thank you, KM58. I think that's KML normally. Yeah, this is the wrong day. Stop sniffing glue. Your father-in-law makes Slivovich. It's store-bought Slivovich. It's kind of like moonshine. It's not the same when it's bought in a store.
Did you receive a text that caused you to believe Caitlyn did not want to stay with you?
Yes.
Did you and Caitlyn plan to meet while she was in New Hampshire?
Yes.
Where did you plan to meet?
So we had figured out a restaurant halfway between Hampton and Berlin.
Do you remember what town the restaurant was in?
Ossipee.
What was it called?
Harley Jack's.
What did you think would happen when you went to Harley Jack's?
That we would all meet. So Caitlin, me, Ellen,
I
Valen,
like
and
Terry.
Brenda, and that we would all sit down, have dinner together, and then Caitlin and Brenda would then leave, leaving Valen and Ellen with me.
Did Caitlyn send you any messages the day that you were supposed to meet at Harley Jack's?
Yes.
Now I need to know what Hurley Jacks is.
What did she tell you?
Objection.
All of this will be hearsay. Can you
Sure.
just get over that? Hurley Jacks, Harley Jacks Burger and Brews, maybe. What's that? Yeah. apparently there's one in Ossipee, New Hampshire. Look, we got nothing better to do. What do they serve? Burgers and brews. It's an experience. Can Brandon get his Philly cheesesteak here? Mhm. Uh, Big Mac Daddy, classic burger, steak and cheese. You can't get fried pickles, Jamie.
Closest you're gonna get to that is a steak and cheese, but ooh, steak and cheese egg rolls. Ooh. Okay, we should be looking at this. I'm starving now.
Grilled chicken sandwich, steak and cheese, Reuben, pick out, BLT, chicken quesadilla, steak quesadilla, veggie quesadilla, chicken parm, smoked beef, smoked chicken, turkey tip burnt and Sammy, fried shrimp po' boy, grilled chicken, plain Jane, double bacon, double Philly dog. Maybe that's something for Brandon. Ridiculous tacos.
Ridiculous tacos. What's on them?
Slow cooked pulled pork, sauteed peppers, onion, jack cheddar with James River barbecue sauce. Sounds okay. I don't know about barbecue sauce, but the rest sounds okay. Not a big fan of pulled pork.
I love pulled pork. I'm so hungry too, Marissa. A backyard barbecue platter, smoked brisket, barbecue chicken, burned in turkey tips, baked beans, pickled red onions, and cornbread. That sounds good. I love burnt ends.
I don't know what it is, but it sounds good.
Just
You can't get Christine's homemade whoopie pies. They're out of stock, Jamie.
God dang it. A whoopie pie.
So I'm sorry, Brandon. There is no Philly cheesesteaks, but there's a double Philly dog. Tender shaved steak cooked quickly with American cheese. That's the closest we get.
So delicious. I love.
How do I not like pulled pork? I just think it's waste. You're steaming it forever and then you're tearing it up. Just make a pig roast. It's way better.
Baker's crazy, guys.
No, I like again. We eat a lot of roast pig, but everyone got on that pulled pork craze like 10 years ago here in Denmark, and it's so good. No, it's just slow cooked pork, and then you shred it, and it's so good, and then you'll mix in a ton of barbecue. Just grill the pig. That's all I need. I just ate an oatmeal cream pie. Oh my.
Ooh. The little Debbie ones, those are so phenomenal.
It's not because it's waste, it's because it's just, I think it's redundant. A good pork roast with the rind on top. Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, we like to chew our food. We don't need to have it pre-shredded. I don't like the fake smoke. All the ones we have here, all the ones I've tried here in Denmark have that a fake smoke flavor, and don't like that. I had some barbecue when we were out Volstorm and expert Diva and I and the White Rabbit, and that was good. I tried some of his barbecue. That was really, really good. I had pulled pork when I was out eating with that congressman, or at that congressman. It was okay because I think the most thing I dislike is because we're all getting Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, and it's just taste of weird fake smoke.
Before you met up at Harley Jack's, did you text Caitlyn to ask, is it just you and Brenda?
Well, they do in Denmark.
Yes.
And did she respond, she'll drop me and Balin?
Objection.
This is hearsay. You know it's hearsay. Stop asking these questions, what she says. You don't need to go back. All of this is hearsay. Holy shit. This lawyer is pissing me off. She knows it's hearsay. She knows there'll be an objection. You can't introduce hearsay. This is sidebar number 53. But Jamie, we have talked about it a lot of times about how I like my pork.
Yeah, the fake smoke thing, I understand because I don't like that either. That's why.
This is the best meal you can serve. This is a Christmas platter.
I mean, that pork looks amazing.
Yeah, and then with the crispy pork rind on it, the thick sauce. You just need some caramelized potatoes as well. But this, I'll rate this a 9.5. And that sauce, it's so thick that it'll stick to the potatoes. Oh, that's good. Pork, potato, red cabbage, and gravy. Yes. And now you can see who's Scandinavian. You don't put chestnut. It's potatoes with gravy on them. I don't know if it's prime rib, but this is good. This is a traditional Christmas dinner in Denmark. It'll be this one. Of course, it's touching. You need to have your gravy all over the stuff.
Looks delicious.
It is delicious. You should try it. It's really good.
Well, I wish
Especially
you would.
with that pork rinder, you can just snap it, and it's nom, 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 nom.
Well, Baker wouldn't let us eat when we were in Denmark, so.
Shut up! I was trying to find a place to eat, and I don't want to have that. I don't want to have that.
Oh God, I love it.
Marissa is
So
really
you
testing me
testified
today.
that you had asked who was going to be at Harley Jack's.
Yes.
And based on the response you got, what were you thinking?
I didn't.
I was thinking that Brenda was just going to drop Caitlyn off.
Jinx. Yeah, I know this is gonna. Oh, when I got my air fryer, I got the perfect svær.
Off.
I actually have.
What did it
I'm
mean
gonna
to
pick up
you
pork
that-
rind.
that based on the text you got, you thought that
wanna
Brenda
have
was
that
just going to
Sunday.
drop Caitlyn off?
I forgot.
So I was immediately confused because that's a long drive. That's like an hour and a half, whatever it is, to meet us. And then how is she going to pick you back up? Like, is she just going to drive all the way up there and then leave and then come back and then pick her up? In which I think I texted her something along those lines afterwards.
And did you get a response to your inquiry?
I did not know.
Did you end up going to Harley Jack's?
I did.
What day?
That would have been February 28th.
Can you please write that date on the calendar?
Yes. Yep.
You can take that calendar back from me.
I love that we're talking food and beagles now because this is just boring.
Judge, at this point, I'm going to move to strike the ID from Defense Exhibit E and have it entered as a full exhibit.
No objection.
The ID may be stricken and it shall be considered as a full exhibit.
Your Honor, that's motion adjourned.
Certainly.
And I'll just let you know that there's some information on the second page.
Are we getting anywhere?
Never. What are we waiting on?
I don't know.
Driving me nuts.
Nothing is happening. Can't they figure out how to put it on the screen again? Just put us out of our misery.
Yeah. Get Dave on stream, get him his Prosecco, and have him call the court.
Yeah. I think it's because nothing else is happening and we're just
When you went
annoyed.
to Harley Jack's on February 28th, did you take Elwin with you?
Yes.
Did Caitlyn also go to Harley Jack's?
Yes.
Who got there first?
I did.
Where were you when Caitlyn got there?
I was inside the restaurant with Elwin.
What happened when Caitlyn got there?
So she called me to say to come outside because she had a bag of Valen's things and
Bag of
to put
weed.
it in the trunk. So that's what I did. Came out and grabbed it and put it in the trunk. And then the four of us, Caitlyn, myself, Elwin, and Valen, went inside the restaurant.
Was Brenda there?
No.
What happened when the four of you went inside the restaurant?
So we sat down, had a meal. We didn't, Caitlin and I specifically, we didn't talk really. We were really just interacting with the kids, Ellen and Valen.
Brenda is the aunt, right?
And at some point,
Yeah. Brenda was the aunt.
I don't know. At this
what
point,
did you
I
decide to do when you were leaving Harley Jack's?
hope the judge calls us back tomorrow.
Well, I didn't get to make a decision. So Caitlin started talking to Elwin and asking her to see her new house, to see Elwin's new house. So at that point, I was taking it like she wanted to come back to the house.
And what did you think when you were taking it like Caitlyn wanted to come back to the house?
So again, I'm really confused because she explicitly said she did not want to come back to the house. And so I didn't know what was going on. Like why was all of a sudden the plan changing? So I was hesitant, but I just agreed that, okay, fine, you can come back for the night, but it would just be for the night, just the one night.
And what happened after you left the restaurant?
So we got in my car and drove to the house in Berlin.
Who's we?
So myself, Caitlin, Elwin, and Valen.
And was it still February 28th of 2024?
Yes.
You need to look at the calendar, let me know, but what day of the week was February 28th, 2024?
Wednesday.
And what were the sleeping arrangements that night at your house?
So my bed was set up in just my bedroom, and then I had an air mattress that I got for Elwin and I before our pods arrived, just for something to sleep on. But then, so I slept, myself and Valen slept in my bed, and then Caitlin and Elwin slept on the air mattress.
What did you do the next morning, Thursday the 29th?
So right away in the morning, I made breakfast, and we went to the public library. It just happened to coincide with bi-monthly, they had a arts and craft, like kids arts and craft thing at the public library. So we went there just as a family and just went through the story time, and Elwin made just the character from the story with like cotton balls and glitter and stuff like that.
I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 8. Can you see that craft you described with pom-poms or cotton balls? And
Yes, yes.
Where is it?
So it's right in front of the coffee maker on the far left of the picture.
I published to the jury.
Sure, Attorney Kettles, I think, which one of 8?
Who cares what thing she made at the craft
Is there a
show?
specific letter on it?
Maybe O? Yeah, 8O.
8-0, okay, thank you very much.
This is
Certainly.
a judge who has lost his control of the court.
I was just like, it's so dumb. Like, I get it. You're a father, but What made you have to off her?
Probably because you did some shitty macrame at the library.
Where did you go after children's story time and arts and crafts at the library?
I went back to the house.
Your Honor, may we approach?
No.
Okay, certainly.
Baker's gonna throw himself off a cliff.
If we had cliffs in Denmark, I would find one and just take a quick step. At this point, I'm willing to adopt Brandon's beagle just to have something happen in my house. And I love it's the defense who is asking for sidebars because they know they're now going to go in and try and get a whole lot of hearsay put in.
It's annoying.
Oh my God.
Is everything completely flat? No, no hills to throw yourself down?
Well, we have a little bit of a cliff on an island not so far from here. It's I could potentially break an ankle. It's not that tall, but I could break an ankle on that one. Then I could milk that like someone else has been milking their stub toe for a year.
Yeah.
No one mentioned, no one's forgotten.
We are going to conclude there for the day.
Oh my God.
I don't even want to know when we're back Monday.
It's gonna be like a week of this.
We just got to the day off. He has been testifying for 3 hours.
Oh
We
my
got to the
goodness.
day off. I know more about his shooting skills in the Marine than I know about his relationships with his kids and his wife. Take it outside so it doesn't have to shit inside. Oh, and now Jamie leaves. What happened today? Absolutely nothing. 6.5 hours and nothing has happened. Monday, when you come back, you will then maybe get to hear something about what happened the night of. This is stupid. It's Friday. It's 10 o'clock. Oh, it's 20 to 10 on a Friday night. I'm going to go watch an episode of Tulsa King.
Yeah, you're going to actually do something fun.
Yeah, now I need some fun. I'll see if I stream over the weekend. If I get up, I'll be on Friday Night Live tonight at the Experts channel. Again, thank you all so much for contributing to Carmen's fundraiser so she can get some security stuff. Thank you, Jamie, for being here and entertaining me while this hellhole went on. And yeah, let's see if we can't find something to laugh at over the weekend because I can't do this without just a little bit of smiling. Jamie, say goodbye.
Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.
What exhibit are you referring to?
I'm going to make this 100, Your Honor.
All right.
100.
100.
Because it is 100%
100%.
correct.
Objection, Your Honor.
So you literally built a cannon?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
All
right, I'm in love.
Go back. Please do that again. Oh, that was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
While I'm waiting for this, did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't care.
You wouldn't have cared?
No.
Did you believe he
Only
had
I
slept with your
shotgun
wife?
my parents on.
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
Probably did. Everybody has.
So there-
Everybody